You gotta wait for the red to come up in the lower left, because it'll revert otherwise. Alright, now you can,
Is it recording though as you wait?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, need to right click and show all controls, and then you can maximize it. You got it. There we go. Welcome to the May 5th Select Board Meeting. May the 4th be with you from yesterday, and happy Cinco de Mayo for today.
Oh,
Uh,
where's the beverage?
So, let's see. Our agenda, got a couple of corrections to it. First of all, the fourth bullet, needs select board agreement to go live. Go live looks like a company name. It should be just two words, go live. And then the two bullets down from that, the meeting with International Woodland Company is May 22nd, not May 2nd. Okay. Town clerk report. Our town clerk is heading over for the public budget meeting for the school budget. It's at 7 p.m. at the middle school. I encourage everyone to go. This is where you vote on each article after discussion. Let's see, what else did she have? I'm just going to read through a couple of things that she had. Nomination papers for municipal positions will be available on May 28th. She wants to talk about reserve accounts and transfers. Mutual aid to fire departments are currently on hold. No, they can be released, so we'll make sure she knows that they can be paid next week. Question about the Keyser Falls Fire Department payment that they're checking on. And a complaint about ATV use on Hasty Road. I'm not sure where we'll go with that. That's not really something we can enforce. We will talk to the ATV club, and after that, it has to be referred to the authorities. There's state police or game warden, is that the right?
Inland fisheries?
Yeah, inland fisheries. It'd be a warden, whether it's a game warden. All right. Then our agenda for today, well, I went through in a couple of corrections. Anything else that we need to put on here? Or are you okay with the agenda?
Yeah.
Nope. Good with those corrections?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the minutes from last week, April 28th. Jen was commenting about the way some things were worded. That middle, the bids for mowing, there are a whole bunch of words in there that she doesn't think we talked about. Select board realized they should have put a bid out much sooner and should have asked for references and a
Was
list
that-
of equipment. I don't remember talking about it. I don't remember not talking about it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that sentence can be stricken.
Yeah, I may agree with the sentence, but I don't remember talking about it.
I don't think it was part of our meeting. Can I just go back to the, it says agenda edits updates?
What do you,
I'm,
I don't know where you're referring
the
to.
meeting with International Woodland Company still says May 2nd, if that's.
Yes, it does. That's why I corrected it.
Okay. Did you send us a corrected
No.
copy? Oh, okay.
No,
Okay, got it.
no, just,
Got it. I thought you did.
nope. Okay, so I'm gonna strike that sentence.
Red pen in hand.
Yep. And actually, I will, is that the only thing in there?
Under my updates, shout out to Travis Clark it says for the doing.
Get rid of the?
Get rid of the first the, yep.
Yep. Okay. I will make those corrections. Let's see, I gotta find that. Or if somebody has that up in a word processor,
Yep,
and can get rid of that sentence,
that sentence, and the.
and then the correction you just mentioned. The extra "the." And then
You
print
got it.
that out, double-sided, so we can sign it.
And you know what else you could change? It says Jen Lewis will attend a Thursday meeting in Kennybunk. It probably should say it was a press release in Kennebunkport. Makes it sound like I had a personal meeting with Janet Mills,
Yeah.
but
Okay,
I'll wait till you're ready for that.
Thursday change meeting to press release?
Yeah, in Kennebunkport.
In Kennebunkport. We may not care about that, but I know that area does.
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Okay. All good?
Oh, good.
All right, do you have a motion to accept them as amended?
I make a motion to accept them as amended.
Second?
All right, all in favor of that? Good, all right. We'll get a hard copy of those to sign momentarily. All right, well, that's printing. Bills to be paid today total $283,281.46. It's a relatively big warrant. The big thing is the school payment of $176, almost $177,000. We have a trash contract payment, a payment to John O'Donnell for assessing services of $18,000, and a payment of $40,000 to the Keyser Falls Fire Department. Well, you can sign it first.
Oh. I like to watch Jen struggle to throw it over the middle, you know?
I like to watch you get up and stretch for it.
All right, you two, we're gonna have to keep you separated.
We are.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
right.
That's it.
Okay, and about 5,300, no, a little more than that, 5,367, 68.
I'm just sending something over with it that I thought was funny that my sister gave me. Okay, Aaron, that's why that's on. It's just something funny.
Yeah, we need a conveyor or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
here. Yeah. Yeah, so about 8,000 in road work, and then the usual bits and pieces. So again, 283,281.46. And we've all been through that. Now we'll sign it. Initial this. Thanks. All right.
This is a scary one. I'm
Ads.
putting 2 paper clips on, okay?
We'll be working on at least 2 ads, probably 3, for the solid waste collection and hauling, for our bulky waste pickup, and for our white goods pickup. But those will be coming out next week. I have no reports from agencies. Planning board workshop, planning board regular meeting. It should not say workshop, but
Well,
May-
their regular meeting is on May 16th, but their workshop is actually this coming Wednesday on the 7th.
right, yeah,
Right.
okay. So there's a workshop this Wednesday, 2 days from now, and then their regular meeting is on the 16th, May 16th, 2 weeks from the workshop. Is that right?
Doesn't seem right. No.
No.
Their meeting is on the 21st.
21st, yeah.
Right, right.
Meeting is on the 21st. Sorry about that, that is incorrect.
And they have a site walk, I think, on the 18th.
Yeah,
They have 2 site walks on the 18th.
Yeah,
Actually, I think they have 3, don't they? No, maybe.
no, there were
Just
only 2 publicized. Yeah. Okay, move on to our discussion items. Nellen has proposed dates for our bulky waste pickup and white goods pickup. Bulky waste on the 13th of June and white goods on the 27th of June. I don't see any problem with those. 13th and 27th, those are both Fridays.
Opposite of recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So if we're okay with those, we'll go with them. We will have the ads out next week on the website and probably in the shopping guide, although it may be a little early for the shopping guide for those two. But they'll be in the shopping guide a couple of weeks. Yeah, well, just to reiterate, it's 3 items per. No, the bulky waste is no construction material and no white goods, obviously, but things like furniture and big plastic toys, things like that. White goods are appliances. Again, 3 items per. Okay.
They have to come get a sticker, right, if there's free on.
That's right, if there's anything with Freon,
Yeah.
air conditioners, freezers, refrigerators. Yep. And those are $20. We got an email from Tom Winter about the rehabbing the area where we took the lockers out, where he took the lockers out. And we've replied to that. Basically, we'll pick up the paint and the flooring and other items that he needs. And then he'll do the finish work. Okay. Mutual aid. I did email MMA about mutual aid agreements because I had in my recollection that we could not pay directly to another volunteer fire department. And I don't know where that came from, but it's always been in my mind. That's not true. We can pay them directly. And she directed me to a boilerplate mutual aid agreement. Actually, she sent a copy of one. So we'll be pursuing that with the 3 departments that we pay. Limerick, Effingham,
Newfield.
Newfield, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't there one that was from last year that was never paid?
Yeah, at least one of them was not paid last year, and without town meeting approval, we can't pay it. I mean, the money goes away at the end of the fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we will get into a mode where we've got agreements and we're paying on a regular basis.
Perfect.
Okay, the website. You want to talk about the website, Aaron?
Yeah, the website is very close to being ready. We've set a tentative go live date of this Friday. I'm meeting with Civic Plus on Thursday to kind of make sure all the little things that we need are working the way we want and we understand how to update everything. I've been in it for about a week. She got back to me on Tuesday last week. If you remember, I hadn't heard back from them for quite a while, so
Yeah.
I got all the login information and things like that, so I'll be able to do that. I want to sit down with Renee and Danielle at some point on Thursday. Hopefully they get a slower time. It was crazy today, so I was hoping to get some of their time today, but hopefully get some time to kind of walk through how to do some of the updates and the things that are there so that they can do the updates as well. And then I'm meeting with Desiree tomorrow to walk her through it. She'll be responsible for doing the planning board, adding the meetings and agendas and everything for the planning board. And then as long as everything's good to go, I guess I just am looking to make sure that everybody's in agreement that we're good to go live on Friday.
Yeah, I'm certainly okay. I like what I see.
Yep.
Yeah, we do need to make sure that responsibilities are spelled out, who's
Yep.
doing what. Other than that, good to go.
Is there any, like in-service things that Civic Plus will require us or need us to do in terms of the website? Or are you gonna do that with Desiree in terms of planning of pages? And, I mean, do any of us need to go through anything to update web pages that we might be responsible for, or?
So-
Aaron had sent a
Yeah,
link
they
to
have-
some training.
Yeah, they have some online trainings.
Okay.
They also do where it's sort of like a login question and answer type webinar.
Okay,
It's pretty intuitive from what I've seen.
from what I
yeah.
see it is, it's
And
just,
it's, it's very easy to edit and change. There's a few little things that I'll have to get, like to how to change names of things, and so that it applies kind of across the site as a whole.
uh-huh,
I know how to change individual sites and add events and add meetings. That was one of the sort of learning curves early on, is that adding a event versus adding a meeting they're two different things. So like you would add something as a meeting where you're going to have an agenda and minutes, and so you can kind of link back to that later. But it's going to have, like I showed you for the 4/28 date, it's going to show you'll have the agenda,
Right.
you'll have the minutes, I'll have the link to the Facebook, and then the YouTube video, so you'll be able to see, all right, what happened on this, here's the actual video of what happened. And then all that's going to be searchable.
so you'll do that?
Yeah.
Yay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't mind
Okay.
maintaining it.
Uh-huh.
It's not a heavy lift. It's relatively simple to set up. One of the questions I have for them that I didn't see was setting up sort of like recurring meetings. Because right now you have to set them up as each individual event. So for us, that's setting up 3 different individual events for
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
So I'm hoping that there's a way around that. If not, it is what it is, and we'll get them in there.
okay,
And then hopefully have that picture back by Thursday as well. So I emailed Jeff on that to hopefully get an updated HD picture
Yeah.
to replace after we saw the bridge one was not
yeah,
one of ours. But,
I
yeah.
have one more thing that I've just seen.
Yeah.
Our address shows up as 634 N Road.
Yeah, I don't know why it's showing up that way.
Yeah.
So I'll take a look at
Yeah,
that.
it should be north.
Yeah.
I know N is north, but it's the name of a road.
Right.
Not a preceder to the name of a road, so, yeah. Okay, sorry, I kind of
No, you're
interrupted
good.
you there. Were you all
Nope, that was
all
it.
set? Okay, good. So look for our new website, hopefully Friday. Looking forward to that. Okay, ARPA reporting. This is the reporting that's required for the grant that we got. I mean, it's not a grant, it's payment. Well, it is a grant, but we got $209,000. I had a heck of a time completing it because of some idiosyncrasies of the way that I did things and then the way that the website worked. But it is done. I think we have 3 projects that still have some funds. The kitchen, our technology, and the roads. So the roads, we have already got a project that we will be applying the ARPA funds to, and that was the paving of Cram Road. Right, Cram?
Corinne was done, yeah.
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 Kitchen funds, we haven't designated yet at this point, but,
Hook up.
yeah, maybe the hookup, of the stove.
Yep.
And then the technology, we may be looking at another computer, a replacement computer. And that's gonna take care of that.
Yay.
Okay, we have a meeting on May 22nd, sometime between 2 and 4, with the folks from International Woodland Company, who, the company, International Woodland, is the company that is purchasing the plantation. We met with some of the individuals, so a month or month and a half ago. Basically, I don't think we'll see any difference. They're gonna manage it pretty much the same way that the existing folks do. They'll use local harvesters when they do their harvesting. They will try and keep the communications channels open so we know when they are harvesting and where they are, because we will inevitably get calls. You know, they do things by the books, but for us to be able to tell people on the phone that this is where they are and this is how much they're doing, then it makes people feel a little better. Makes it a lot easier on our end also.
Yep.
Okay, phone update. Well, funny thing. Got an email from Consolidated. And let's see, I'll read you the first part of it, if I can find it.
Oh, does that mean you're gonna include your response? Or-
Ah, geez, how come I can't find it? Yeah, I should have had it up. Does anybody have that up? Tell me what time it came in? That was just this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, there it is. Got it.
Yep.
So Mark Warnke, who I've been going back and forth with, more going his way than coming our way, started out his email by saying, "I am ashamed of this." And that is the fact that we have had so little communication. We don't know where we are, or didn't. We still don't have any idea when things will come to fruition, but they're still apparently trying to get the phones. I don't know if this is a function of imports or what this is, but he says he's lighting all the fires that he can. So he's sorry for the delays, and hopefully soon we'll have our new phone system. Just to get that off my plate would be nice. Okay, Keiser Falls Millworks and MESERP. Jen, you want to talk about that?
Sure. MESERP stands for Maine Community Energy Redevelopment Program, and this has to do with Keiser Falls Millworks. There are 2 residents in our town who were part of a conversation with Keiser Falls Millworks and the state in terms of redevelopment. And from that conversation they had, the people working from the state are requesting support from the town for this kind of a redevelopment project. I had several emails from people, somebody from the Maine Community Redevelopment Program, and then also somebody from the Governor's Policy of Innovation in the Future. There's so many acronyms were being thrown that. So they wanted to know if the town would be in support of a project like this. And I just said, well, what kind of support do you need from the town? We do have limited resources. And so they're just willing to talk to us about what they want, what we need, what does the town, I guess, see as a good way to go with this redevelopment. So we have a Zoom meeting with them this coming Thursday at 3:00. And we can have questions. They'll probably answer a lot more for us on what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, and then you're up next with
Oh,
updates.
okay, so, yep, then on last Thursday, I went to a press release in Kennebunkport. Governor Mills was there to announce the monies that have been given to several communities in the state, along with those of us in York County who have applied for and become part of the Community Resilience Project, which Parsonsfield is, and we're one of the very few in the western part of the state that are part of this. That allowed us to apply for a grant, which we did, and we've received confirmation that we will get funding, have not received funding yet, but that is a grant to allow the town to do an energy audit and an energy plan. We're doing that along with Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission. We have several women that are working with me on that. And they were at the press release as well.
Mm-hmm.
Towns like South Berwick, Kennebunkport, and I think there was 4 towns that actually were awarded, in York County, awarded these monies. Our money is part of a reimbursement federal grant, and they felt very comfortable with the fact that even the way things are right now, that the state will give us the money, they'll be responsible for getting reimbursed from the federal funds.
Mm.
So the only problem is that the town was not anticipating a reimbursement grant, not
Right.
at all, and I
Right.
brought it up several times. Several people that were there representing the funding said that can't change. You know, that's where the pot of money is, that's what we're getting. So right now, Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission and I are working on getting more frequent reimbursement and maybe even allowing SMPDC to shell out the money initially and then they get refunded the money. So that's where we are in the process.
Mhm.
We're supposed to be getting a contract that, before, signing a contract that we're getting this grant, that we haven't received yet, so we're still waiting for that. But it's there. It's a process.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. So the reimbursement part of it is different than original, or we
Yeah,
just-
the
yeah.
original grant that we applied for was, state cuts you a check, $75,000. That's your money that you're gonna spend on the plan that you've submitted.
Yeah.
Yes, we do require reporting throughout
Right.
the entire grant process.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that, okay, so now the town has to shell out 20,000 here and then get reimbursed and then another 20, that kind of a
Right.
thing. So
Okay.
that's what we're looking at, and we're
Mhm.
working on trying to make that work for the town of Parsonsfield.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's a little bit tough. The reimbursement grants are tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
wasn't anticipated.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
I think, I did want to mention Spirit of America Award. I mean, we hadn't talked about it as a group. We haven't had any nominations. It's nothing that we absolutely have to do, but, if anything comes up where somebody thinks somebody who's done so much for the community and community service, we
Mhm.
can move forward with that.
Mhm.
Just something to put in our heads to think
Sure.
about.
Sure,
Yep.
yeah. All right, Aaron, anything to add?
Got a response from everybody on the technology audit that I was looking at, just to kind of see what we had out there for systems, because I asked Chris, and he wasn't 100% sure, so I was trying to understand that and try to figure out where everything was and who had what. So I was able to get an idea of sort of the numbers and how long people have held on to everything, to basically kind of create a plan. I haven't created the plan yet because I just got one of the final responses today. But we have, what was it, six desktops and 4 laptops, plus the assessor wants a laptop, so that'll be five laptops. The 4 laptops were all replaced, plus we have this laptop and the one in the planning board room that I didn't know how old. Is this one the same?
I think that's one of our 4.
Yeah,
That's one of the 4?
Yeah, there's 3 here and then Eric, right? And it was Eric that got a new laptop, right?
Eric said he has the same version as the rest of us.
Yep.
Jesse said he had the same version. So I'm wondering, did we actually get 5, or that was one thing I didn't understand.
yeah, but that one is definitely the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our new one,
as yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to look back at the invoice on that, because I thought
Yeah.
I thought Eric got one. I didn't know, I thought Jesse had one from the town already.
Yeah.
Or did they also get?
They also got iPads.
iPads?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have those. They have the Apple iPad Airs, and then all of our desktops really are what mostly needs to be replaced. So yours is the oldest, David, at 2017. The town clerk one is at 2018, and then the other three are all from 2021. And so I was gonna kind of look and see, get the numbers.
Didn't Chris replace some of the portable, or some of the desktops in there?
He replaced
He replaced the monitors.
Renee's was in 2024.
Okay, you said 2021 were for the rest of them, so I thought.
Yeah, yes. Yes, hers was done in January 2024.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, and that's why. There we go. Had hers written down as a laptop. Yeah, and so, yes, Deb's, Danielle's, and then town clerk 2. Chris had recommended doing all-in-one PCs for the 2 countertop ones,
Mhm.
just because you're, with what they're gonna do, you're not gonna need a significant lift from a computer there, so those will be a lot cheaper. But yeah, so I will endeavor to work through this list and kind of create a plan for update, so that it's not, 7 computers in a year that you're updating.
Mhm.
It's,
Right,
3 or 4 each year
yeah.
over a 4-year period, and that way you're kind of upgrading laptops every 3 or 4 years.
Mhm.
And then also look at consolidating the CEO's hardware from either just go forward with each of them having a tablet or each of them having a laptop. I think that would probably make more sense than having both a laptop and a tablet.
I think the tablets they wanted for taking on the job.
Right.
Right. So, but you're right, maybe that would be enough if they were,
Yeah, I think if you got them like a docking station that they could plug it into when they were here, that would sort of turn it into basically a laptop.
yep,
That would be sort of the ideal way to go forward. Kind of create two less laptops that need to be updated on
Mhm.
a go forward.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what kind of schedule you might be looking at, but if we could then get one of those for the assessors,
Yep.
that'd be great.
yeah.
Yep. One for the assessors, and then we can kind of also cycle them through the. So these ones, obviously, we're just going to be using them for streaming.
Yeah.
Kind of cycle the older ones through that.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
It's kind of my thought process. So
Okay.
I'll put together a more formalized thought process on that. But
Mhm. Okay.
yeah,
All right, that it?
that's all I had.
Very good. All my items were on the discussion items, so I don't really have anything to add here. We have some workshop items. Debbie did have a good idea about workshop items and us putting a list up on the board, because some things may be kind of falling through the cracks, so I think we need to do that. We can
Yeah,
just start and add things and erase them when we're done.
that's a good idea.
Yep.
Yep.
And let's see. I think that's it. Again, the school budget public meeting is tonight at 7 o'clock at the middle school. It's when you vote on each article and the amount for each article. And
the official vote is, what is it, Monday? Monday the...
well, the
20th?
yes/no vote.
The yes/no vote.
This is an official vote because
Right.
articles can be voted down.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that it's...
People know that it's
People
right.
know the difference
Right.
between the two.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is
there
not the yes/no, this is the individual piece.
Correct. And the yes/no vote is what, 4 to 8, I think, on Monday?
3 to 8 on Monday, May 20th.
3 to 8, okay.
So not,
Not this Nick, no, 2 weeks.
wait a minute, that Monday's not the 20th.
No, that's what she has on her.
How about the 19th?
Well, she has Monday, May 20th on there. So is it Tuesday the 20th or is it Monday the 19th?
And I don't know, we'll have
Better
to,
wait.
have to get that clarified.
We'll find out tonight.
Yep. All right, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
All right, all in favor? Very good, thank you, folks. We'll see you on Thursday if you come for our workshop, 2:30, otherwise, Monday. Meeting is adjourned.
Do we, during our...
Tuesday, May 20th on the ad. I just looked up the ad.
Okay.
Couldn't get there quick enough.
You might have.
Oh, shoot.